Welcome back to Switch to Linux and the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to catch the show live or just catch these short clips if you want, that's all right. Today we are highlighting the affiliate link private internet access. If you are a person who needs a VPN, maybe you're roaming around from coffee shop to coffee shop, looking around at various things on the internet, definitely need a VPN for that case as well. If you need to get around geo restrictions, things like that, definitely check out a VPN. I'm using private internet access in my house. So you can actually get private internet access for $40 for a whole year access. And it will even do a very good job of blocking several of those ad tracking scripts. So let's jump on into the news. And the first item, 500 Chrome extensions caught stealing private data of nearly 1.7 million users. See it? The App Store wasn't bad enough. Now it's the Chrome extension store. This is why I really don't like to install extensions onto things. Nor do I like to install apps into from the App Store, but we'll kind of get into that a little bit more. Very hilarious article in our next news section about that, but, or is it this one? I think it's this one. It might actually be this one. I don't know. But anyway, over 500 Chrome extensions were caught stealing private data of 1.7 million users. These all seemed like, did this list in here? They seemed like very weird extensions. Like, why would you install some things like this? But, it's from the Chrome store. It's very secure. Just go ahead. Go ahead and install things. In fact, there's so much back and forth. I believe it is actually, is it our next one? What's our next one? I can't even remember what order our news stories are in. But Google and Microsoft have been fist fighting this week in the tech and in the privacy news. And it's been very funny. It's like they're like knocking each other out. They're knocking each other even to the next news section. So you're going to have to watch the next news section and see what's going on with that. Or maybe it's in 2 news sections from now. I don't even know. But anyway, just because it's in the Chrome store, extension store, does not mean it's good. Just because it's in the App Store doesn't mean it's good. But it turns out that over, 1.7 million people had these variety of extensions. So people, double check all of your extensions today. If you don't have a very specific reason for using it, get rid of it. Honestly. So these are actually the names of the extensions. Let's see. Maps Voyage Advertising. Why don't you install an advertising thing on your, I don't know, Jumbo Quiz advertising, Map Scout advertising. Why do all these things say advertising? Are there people out there that actually install advertising extensions onto their web browser? If that's the case, the world's in worse shape than even I thought it was in. Check, please. CJ, get the spaceship. I want to leave Earth today. I don't want to wait until tomorrow. Today. Let's get the spaceship going here. Recipe Ally Promotions. There you go. Maps Track. Maps Voyage Ads. Advertising by... Who installs this crap? Okay, if you're installing this crap onto your computer, maybe you just need a checkup for the neck up. I don't know. Let's go on to the next story here. Google is now being sued by a New Mexico attorney for collecting student data through Chromebooks. I have a better idea for you, New Mexico attorney. Why don't you pass a law to prevent big tech from being used in your schools? There's a thought. As somebody who used to be a teacher, I will say that I have seen very few positive use cases for technology in the classroom and mostly negative use cases. Not to say there's not some positives, but the challenge that we have is we're so caught up in how cool this is and simultaneously so caught up with the convenience of it that we fail to see the problems. We have people who are not good enough at understanding what it actually means to be involved in all this kind of stuff. And then what ends up happening is the student's data gets locked and stored. Now, of course, what's happening in this particular case, this isn't just the standard sign your kids up, every kid in the district up for a Google account upon birth and give them everything, which I think should be absolutely illegal. This is actually moves beyond that, where in part of one of the Google education, G Suite education programs, Google provided Chromebooks to the schools for the students. And what they're alleging is that the student data is collected. Student safety should be the #1 priority of any company providing services to our children, particularly in schools, he says. Tracking student data without parental consent is not only illegal, it is dangerous. My office will hold any company accountable who compromises the safety of New Mexican children. Here's the problem, though, is the parents are too busy going, I got nothing to hide. It's really convenient. can't, never read anything. That's what the parents are busy doing. So if you want to sit there and say, we're going to have the consent of the parents, maybe you just need to say, let's just not allow these companies in the schools anyway. There'd be a better option. Not that I'm for government. I'd rather the parents stop going and wake up and read these things and go, no, I don't want my children involved in that. That's what I'd rather have. I'd way rather have the ability for a parent to say no and have a system in the school district to go out and say, no, we're not going to do this, or we have an alternative to using this. But anyway, at least somebody is taking a stance about this. This is more than 49 other attorney generals in the country are doing. So, hey, kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe this can raise enough awareness of the dangers of having all of these types of things in our school districts to begin with. Give us options to opt out that are easy to use. There's a thought. Okay. Next one. There are several iOS file conversion apps used by 3 million people, and they simply don't encrypt documents at all. So you install these apps onto your phone or maybe iPad, which will do things like convert from Word to a PDF or PDF from PowerPoint example, blah, 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 blah. All stuff you should be able to do on the computer. I mean, of course, I understand these are for iOS devices. You take the document and you install the app and you create the account and you just go, oh, click this. And what they do is they're actually taking the document, sending it up to the cloud into their servers, and then downloading the document back down to your account. The problem is nothing in between any of that is encrypted, and they don't necessarily have a promise to delete that document once you've given it to the servers. So it's kind of like using Grammarly for your computers, people. Don't use Grammarly, okay? Grammarly has that fun part of the terms of service that literally anything and everything you do on your computer is visible and seen by Grammarly, and you transfer rights and licenses to all your stuff for using Grammarly. There is a privacy-friendly option called Pro Writing Aid. If you have a look at the affiliates page on switchedtolinux.com, I have an affiliate link for Pro Writing Aid. Way better than Grammarly because it does not collect and store your data. They have specifically in their privacy policy, we do not retain any licensing of your data. Grammarly does. This is doing basically the same thing. You upload the data, hey, they have access to all the stuff, and there's no encryption one way or the other. In a nutshell, these apps are designed to upload files to the server before converting them and sending them back to the user. The app allows the user to sign into the popular file hosting services, including Gmail, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneBox, or Box, in order to fetch all the files that the user has stored there. Alternatively, the user can choose to upload a file from the device directly. Problem is, the applications are transferring files without using encryption, in other words, through HTTP, providing bad actors the opportunity to cache and retrieve the files. Moreover, man-in-the-middle attackers could access the files while sniffing traffic on the Wi-Fi network, and because the apps do not use encryption when transmitting or storing data, they are allowing private information to leak in the hands of third parties monitoring the network. This is like bad all around, people. Some of them appear to be deceptive, making users wait a very long time for the conversion or pay for an immediate one. Some users complain of waiting 60 to 90 minutes or more. So there is a full list of these guys: audio converter, video converter, compress PDF, PDF merge, JPEG to PDF converter. You know, all these things like send it to your computer and do it over there. I mean, I think even Windows 10 is lame enough to have tools to be able to do this on default. I mean, really. Mac for sure does. I'm not completely certain. For Linux, absolutely we do. Install anything. I have Linux applications installed on my computer that go into my terminal, say, I want this page, this page, this page, and this page out of my book, and it goes, blah, 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 and then spits out the images I need to post on my website. Totally convenient. The terminal is amazing when you need it to be amazing, people. So anyway, if you are using any of these tools and services, be very aware. Be very aware. This was a good one here. Microsoft is now set to bring its malware to iOS and Android. Oh, excuse me, I read that wrong. Microsoft is set to bring its antivirus app to iOS. Oh, I thought they were bringing their malware. But anyway, Microsoft is indeed bringing their antivirus to Android and iOS. Now, there's a fun caveat. iOS and their policies do not actually allow an application to scan anything and everything, so it pretty much just looks for phishing attacks. Microsoft Mobile Defender clients will likely be very different from the desktop version, especially Apple's iOS platform does not allow apps to scan malware across the iPhone or the iPad. There are a variety of Android antivirus apps available, though. Microsoft will join the growing market to prevent malware in Android apps that are sideloaded onto devices. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, here's the thing, people. Sideloading apps, if you do it right, is way more secure than downloading the apps from the Google Play Store, which is lull you asleep into a false sense of security that everything is perfectly safe. It is on the Play Store. It's excellent. No matter that every single other week, in fact, every week I could do it, I simply throw them out because it's just not news anymore. It's like, and today in the news isn't a war in Iraq. There's been a war in Iraq for centuries. That's not news. It's not news that there's malware on the Google Play Store. The Google Play Store is rife with malware. They sense you, they lull you into a false sense of security that makes you think, this is secure, I'm downloading it from the App Store. No, you go to F-Droid and sideload stuff like I do, that's directly from F-Droid, and verified with a checksum on the download, you got malware-free and stuff to install. Sideloading it, I want the application here to be scanning for malware in the Play Store apps, not in the sideloaded apps. I know my sideloaded apps are okay. I'm really concerned what's coming through the Play Store. Are you with me here? What do you guys think of that one? So very funny. But yeah, Microsoft wants to put its software now that can scan anything and everything and send it up to their servers on your devices. Kind of fun. And our final feature story, Facebook will now pay you for your voice recordings. So the idea here, now this is part of the Viewpoints research app. So after they dropped the app that was basically paying Starbucks gift cards to teenagers to allow Facebook to see anything and everything that they are doing on their phones, because kids are like, and so, you know, that was kind of the case going on there. And so what ended up happening here is they pull that down and they add this new Viewpoints app that is, it's basically a research app, but now you have to be 18 or over. I'm not completely sure if how exactly they're validating that. I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe you have to give it an ID, whatever. They may validate it, they may not. But anyway, it's called Viewpoints. And there's a new program in Viewpoints called Pronunciations. Now, of course, this is because Facebook is now working on another smart speaker. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. All right, they're working on their own speaker. Hey, Portal! Who wants to have an amazing Facebook smart speaker in your house? I'd rather go live under a communist dictatorship. Thank you very much. So anyway, with the new pronunciations, if you qualify to be part of the program, you will be able to record the phrases, hey, Portal, followed by the first name of a friend from your friends list. You'll be able to do this with up to 10 friends, and you have to record each statement twice. For that, they're going to give you 1,000 points, and they're going to give you 200 points. So a 200 points gives you a $5 rewards card. That didn't seem right. I thought somewhere somebody calculated it was 5 cents per recording. This doesn't look right. All right. If you complete one set of recordings. Okay, so you have to do a set of recordings. So I think a set of recordings is 10 recordings. You do a set of recordings, that's 200 points. If you get 1,000 points, you can cash that out for a $5 reward via PayPal. So they're going to give you $5 if you record 50 of your friends' names into Hey Portal. Hey Portal, Bob. Hey Portal, Mike. Hey Portal. I mean, this is frightening. How many people are going to read the whole name and Facebook's just like, just keep feeding them. Just keep feeding them. Just keep feeding them. Yeah. Hey, at least, you know, they're paying me for this. They're paying me for this. It's like people using the Bing account. So they're paying me in Bing points to search with Bing. But anyway, Facebook says the voice recordings users provide will not be connected to their Facebook profile, and the company doesn't share Viewpoints activity on Facebook or other Facebook-owned services without permission. Yeah, permission from Zuckerberg. The pronunciations Program will be available to U.S. users over the age of 18 that have more than 75 Facebook friends. Facebook says it'll be rolling out the program slowly, so it won't be available to all users right away. If it's made available to you, you won't need to update Viewpoint's app to see it pop up, the company says. So yeah, Facebook's going to pay you some money to record your voice going into it for their very own smart speaker. So eventually you will be able to say, "Hey Portal, order unicorn meat, confirm." What do you guys think of these stories? Let me know in the comments down below. Follow along the links in the description. There will be a link down there for private internet access, also my affiliates pages and other things like that. Also, the whole article list is down there in the comments as well. So thanks for coming along, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.